And what's happening? To whomever is here, I don't see many people here, and I understand because it's a holiday weekend, and it may not have been the best weekend to do a live stream, but I'm going to do one anyway. And if those of you that are watching it live, thank you for being here. And if you're watching it on replay, thank you for being here. And be sure to hit the like button. I don't know who it all is here. I see one. It says one person. Micah Wrightsa. Yeah, I'm surprised where everyone is either. Doesn't surprise me, just because of the time of year. It's the 21st of December, so people could be out shopping. So who knows? And if they are busy with other stuff, completely understood, and don't have to go forever. Just hopefully somebody will show up. And thank you to Mr. Michael Reitzer for being there. But anyway, what is happening, everybody that is here? Um, my work schedule is clear for the next few weeks because yesterday was my last day of work for the remainder of this year. Don't go back until the second week of January. But so we're gonna get lots of time to work on some stuff, and um, I'm glad you got a notice. I don't see that's what I don't know. I don't know if people are getting noticed, but I'm gonna get lots of time to work on stuff. That there's gonna be some rain, so I'm gonna be able to get that. Instead of wanting to go fly, I'll be able to get some things put together and working. Um, but I'm going to do some flying locally. I've got two different fields that I would like to frequent over the break for park flyer type planes. No EDFs, just some planes like the Commander. I have P-51, some other small planes that I'd like to fly out there. But looking forward to getting a break. The last day of work was just um, quiet, and all we did was barbecue. So didn't do any actual work. Oh, two of my guys that I'm the lead of my shop now, so I'm not really doing work. I'm just assigning it. But the guys that I work with did a little bit of work, but the rest of the day was spent barbecuing for our division. But it's good. Michael writes that yeah, Nate's doing good. So this is actually kind of cool. I was going to post a video about this a little bit later, but Nate is still doing well with his flight training. He's flying a glider tug right now, and the funny thing is, his partner, her little buddy, Jack, who I met when I was 5, and I think Nate was like 12 or 13 when I met him. I don't remember, but so yesterday was a milestone for both of them because Nate's been pulling the glider tow, and Jack has been going to learn how to fly gliders. So Jack did his solo yesterday, and Nate was the tow pilot. So it's kind of cool to see them sticking together through their RC, and then now into full scale aviation too. So Nate's doing good. Haven't really hung out with him much because he's doing lots of flying, but he's doing good. I text him here and there, but we haven't really flown together. We fly at totally different places now. He likes Tomcats, and I don't, so I go to other places. But anyway, what's up, Anthony Lachey? What's up, Rackham Roy? Got a couple people coming in here, which is great. And I'm hoping my internet behaves today because it's been freaking out. Um, Thankfully, the wind stopped. We had high winds, but they've chilled. Um, and we had rain, we had wind, we had really warm temps because today it was like I think the high was like 68. Lots of wind and humidity, but it's good. So yeah, and Nate and Jack are doing good. I'm gonna have to post a video of when I first met the two of them and show you guys how far they've come. Um, Nate's always been good at flying RC, but he's even better at it now with 3D. But Jack was really young and just barely learning when I first met him. But then he, over the years, he's just gotten better and better. So now he's really good. He performed in 2 of my different air shows and did really good. Used to be tense and uptight. Now he's more laid back and exciting to watch. So it's been good. The one thing as an adult an older adult especially, you want the kids to go off and do their own thing without wanting to hang with the old farts. So I'm glad to see that they're doing their own thing with their friends instead of hanging out with this almost 50-year-old guy. But it's mainly just because they go to different flying fields than I do. But the original flying field had been impossible to access, so they couldn't go there. So they flew at places they could. And now that that other place is open, they fly there. But anyway, so yeah, it's windy and rainy pretty much everywhere. I know the Pacific Northwest is for sure. It's going to be cooler there than it is here, and I think we're supposed to get record temperatures over the next couple days. So, but trying to see what I could pull up on some of these new planes that are coming out because it's actually been pretty cool. I'm not going to draw this out for too long. I'm going to set up my camera and we're going to take a quick look at the Alpha Jet from Xfly. I don't remember if I had programmed the ESC in this one or not, so if I haven't, that's what I'm going to try to do. And then I'll also possibly, I don't think I'll be able to set up the radio today, especially since I'm not seeing all that many people come in. But I'll at least open that thing up and try to get into the ESC and get that programmed the way that I like. You guys know how I like to change that to make sure. I think when I first showed you guys this plane, I was putting in the new EDF unit, which is the it's an Xfly, but it's the 36 millimeter 2300 kV Xfly, which is a better setup, less amps, but more thrust. It's a little bit heavier, which is good too, because it helps with the weight distribution for CG and such. But yeah, reckon right. It's still, believe it or not, it's still 62 degrees here, even though the sun started going down, which is for this time of year really warm. Normally we're in the 40s and 50s this time of year, so we've got El Nino or La Nina type weather coming through, which is tropical. So we'll see. But anyway, Anthony Lachey, what is up? I see you. Same to you, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff to you and the family. Same goes to everybody else on here. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to do another live stream on someday during the week, or if I'm just going to save it for on a weekend, possibly a Saturday when I'm out at the field. Hopefully, I just don't know if the weather's going to hold through then. Let me take a look and see. Check the weather for next week. I mean, they've been pretty good predicting. It was supposed to rain a lot more today than it did, but that actually shifted to tomorrow. So, looks like next weekend could be okay, Saturday and Sunday, or possibly they'll shift forward a little bit. But if so, I'll be out there. Got to do some work on my cars. Wife needs some brakes done. Got to get possibly some brakes online eventually, but I'm mainly looking to do the struts on the front of my car, which I have, and then eventually I'll change the struts in the rear. And then get to some flying. I have several park flyers that are just ready to go right now. The Turbo Timber Evo, I have the little arrows. A Bigfoot, which is a lot of fun to fly. So I have to put that on 4S. I've just been flying it on 3. I have what other planes are already ready to go. Oh, the GB, the Gooniac GB. So hopefully over these next few weeks there'll be lots of flying, and I have choices of places to fly, so that should make it even better. But so let's talk a little bit about what could be new in RC, and you're going to see the screen flashing a little bit just because I'm looking some stuff up. There we go. The main one that kind of got my attention was something from HSD Jets. I don't know if they have it here on the screen. Recommendation. The heck? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the. Yeah, as I said, it's going to be kind of bright. There we go. Now it's working. The screen's going to be kind of bright, so apologize for that. But they said they've got a new plane coming out, and I don't know if they're actually going to show it. But I saw a Super Hornet. Paul McNeil, what's happening? So I saw a Super Hornet, and it looks like it could be in a larger size. So it was a Facebook post, and it's the guy who's running HSD in the U.S. and he is doing his own leak and showed a Super Hornet with it looked like it could be a 105 to 110 size, which is very cool. That would be a lot of excitement around that. That would be actually really cool. See a Super Hornet. I really want to see a Super Hornet from someone that's in an affordable size. Everybody's getting these 105s and 110s, and then making the price just ridiculous. I mean, and I get it because there's um, a lot of there's a lot of stuff that goes into them. I understand that they're going to be more expensive, but they're also pricing out a lot of people when they do that. So it's just one of those things where um, yes, planes are cool. It's cool to see new stuff, but you don't like seeing stuff new that's just so expensive until only certain people can get it. That's not totally what the hobby's supposed to be about. But whatever. And then there is, so we'll have to see what happens with that. But also, Hobby King has this new plane. What the heck is on my head? This new plane called the Sport Hawk that they've come out with. Piece of foil. Sport Hawk coming out, which looks pretty cool. Except for the fact that just for an airframe and a couple, like an ARF Plus, it's going to be $899. So again, they're making things bigger, but then they're trying to, not trying. The prices have gone up. So, and I'm just looking at this too because they said that it's supposed to be a 110 or 120. What? This is a 120 millimeter fan that they have in the HSD Jets T33. And I was saying that fan that they have in that, which is an inrunner, would probably be a good match for that. But if you put that in this, oh wait, they've got a few different fans. So what do they have for motors? Got them in several different sizes. So I have to look. Okay, I have to look at this because they've got a couple different sizes now that I'm looking at HSD. So the one that would be great, there's a 120 that's an inrunner. They have a 90 millimeter also, but they also have a 105. But I haven't looked into those. So now I'm at EDF parts. Let's look and see. Well, I see individual blades, which I don't like. But I was saying that it would be great to put that HSD T33 fan in the new that new little sport jet, not realizing that was a 120, and on top of that just that whole fan assembly costs $320. So that may not be that great of an idea. And again, it's a $1,200 jet, just with those things, not including anything else. So may not make the most sense. Looking to see if I can find some of the other. Yes. Okay, so there's the 105. That's not bad. So this is 259. Unfortunately, it's an outrunner. So I don't want an outrunner. I want an inrunner. But that's something that could work. It's a 105. But it's the fact that it's an inrunner that I just don't think makes it worth it. So let me go back and see if there's something else. Anyway, so the Sport Hawk, I was thinking of possibly using that, but now they do have the fan without a motor for $79.90, which is good. And you can try to figure out what to fit in there. Have to get a motor that would work. You could probably get a 40 millimeter motor that would work. I don't know. They tend to make their things proprietary so that the shaft sizes are set up in a way where only their stuff will work. I don't know. I'm going to look and see what X. Nothing. I can't even see what. size it is. But anyway, there's options. So, who else is here? So let me go back and look. Sorry, I was looking at some other stuff. So Jeff in Lower Alabama, what's happening? Mr. Paul McNeil, I think I said hi, but howdy again. Yeah, Wrecker Roy, he was pretty defensive on the price. That's fine, I get it, but and I can't knock Hobby King because they've been really good with their pricing. They've been really good with all the stuff that they've done. It's just they're making people have to dig a little deeper in their pockets. It's more than they want to, and I think that it's still in a global aerofoam plane. It's just one that Banana Hobby's not going to carry. I do like the color. I think the color's cool. It's more of a sport jet, even though it is a scale plane. But yeah, whatever. I don't know what else there is. So Jeff in Lower Alabama, you must be putting stuff together. Lionel Randall, what's up? And yeah, so I've looked there too. So the components being cheaper, I understand that. But if you're gonna go that route, I don't know. So anyway, let's see what else is going on here. I can't remember what else came out, but I do have a little bit of a I do have a couple things on my wish list that I'm planning on partaking in, since I have a few vacant spots with the crashes that I've had. But I have a lot of planes that I just haven't put together yet. So one of the planes that I do plan on getting, because I haven't had one yet, really actually a really good deal. Hopefully my internet's not wigging out. I want to get the I haven't had a 70mm F-16 for a while, so that's on my list. Put that in the chat so you guys can see, but I have that on the list, and I have some new stuff I'd like to put in that and do a little different. The fact that it has a full flying stab is a plus, and I could do more stuff with it, but check that link in the screen. And yeah, Jeff in Lower Alabama, I agree. They're good with their parts, so they might be able to supply parts. They're supplying a lot of parts in the U.S. now, which is good. I just don't like the fact that everything is going more high end and leaving a lot of people in backgrounds. I don't like that. It's too much for me. I can afford it, but I don't want to take one plane to the field, and that's what I'd have to do with that size plane. And I'm not going to change the way that I get things to the field just because of that. So we'll see. So what I'm sticking with is stuff that I can throw in my car, no problem. This Alpha Jet's perfect because it's got a small enough wingspan. I could put it in the car with the wings wings off or the wings on. When I brought it here, I had the wings on. Jackson RC Aviation, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't been on many streams, but I know you frequent a lot, and I'm glad that you're frequenting mine today. Thanks for being here. And let's see. So Hobby King, I like Hobby King. I'm gonna get their yak from them. I like what they've been doing as far as that goes. They had a few things on their sales list that I'll probably be getting to. Michael Bear, what's happening with you? People slowly coming in here. I don't want to keep the show long, and if it ends up going longer than I'd like, I'm just gonna keep it to what we've been yammering about. But I would like to look a little closer at this Alpha Jet if we can. But if we can't, then we'll move it to another night. But gonna do that. So anyway, I put the link there on the board. I'll put it here again so you can see. I do plan on getting another one of these. It's in the chat. That's the new V3 version of the F-16 from Freewing. I've had the FMS version, which I really liked, but I'm wanting to try this new one with the full flying tail and see how that goes. I'll have my own fan setup. The price is actually really good. It's $289, which is back to the way they used to be. It's part of the reason why I'm going to get it, because it's a good price. It's got the 2210 kV fan, which is fine, but I might switch that out for something else. We'll see, but that would work just fine for what I need it to. I might even consider putting the Xfly fan in there, but let's see what else. And then the 70 millimeter f22, they have that. The RF Plus version is $259. I'd like that too because it's the right size to keep from going, mondo huge. That's good for keeping it simple and making it so that I'm able to stack a few planes in the car instead of only being able to take a couple. So, and yes, Jeff and Laura, Alabama, the little twin 40 F22 that's a good deal from them for $139. Now, as far as 90 millimeters go, I'm still planning on getting a new version, one of the new versions of the Aerofoam MiG 17. I missed the one I had. I'm kind of regretting selling it, although it was right for me to do at the time. The one with the cow print. That's really the main reason I got rid of it. I didn't care for the scheme. I thought it was cool at first, and then I just kind of annoyed me after that. So I do plan on getting one of those. So let's look that up. Go to Banana Hobby. I do plan on getting one of those because it is, and I'm probably even going to get one of their little airliners, which looks like fun. But and I have the Flyfans L39 that still has yet to be flown. But so I still have lots of stuff that needs to go into the air. I'm hoping that FMS comes out with the plane that I was hoping they would, which is, we've already seen the Arctic Camo kind of for the F-14. For the F-18. I looked at that plane too, and there's an FNRC video that's out there right now that's actually really in depth. I mean, you can't really understand what they're talking about, but you can at least see what it is that they're doing. Put that in the chat. That is the plane from Banana Hobby that I plan on getting. That's the air. I only need the airframe because I have all the other stuff. I'm going to put an FMS, the same fan that the Viper has in it. I'm going to go in there because if you go any heavier than that, you're going to need to add weight to the nose, which you don't want to do. So I plan on getting one of those. I don't think they have the other scheme anymore, which I'd really like to go for something a little different. But this is the Randy Ball scheme, so I'll probably go for that. But yeah, Jackson Aviation. I was going to try to get the blue, but that never showed up. I mean, it was only there for a short time and then it was gone. So no can do nada with that. But I did like the blue scheme. The red scheme's okay too. But yeah. So now FMS, they had their version of that little F-16 in the Sukhoi colors because it's from the Top Gun planes. So they've got those coming out. Let me look up FNRC because they had a video on it. It actually turned out really good because they were showing they were going in depth. And they showed, so let's look that up. And I was watching it yesterday. They have a different look. That's not who I was looking for. Back to history, I'll find it there. But yeah, I guess some people got annoyed at the fact that they were able to get the leaks, which is I think that the leaks are actually good for them, regardless of what they may think. Yeah, there they are. Okay, so this site is cool to me because yes, they do give you leaks, but I don't really call it a leak. I mean, they're from Japan, from China, where it's coming from. So I mean, whatever. Um, all right, so let's put that in there. But take you can't look right now, but that video goes through the little 64F18, and the thing sounds really good. If I were to ever get one, it would just be for hand launch. I wouldn't even try to. I hate seeing a plane with the gear hanging down like that. But it would be a hand launcher for my local field. It sounds really good though. In that video, they show you flying it. They show them flying it, and really good. The Super Scorpion's another one I do plan on getting eventually. Which this is another video of them going through it and flying it. Posted it in the chat. Take a look there and see. Anyway, so yeah, so that's that. So there's a few new things coming out. Horizon Hobby's got a couple new planes they've already put out there. That little aerobatic plane that they've got is a pretty good deal. Buy it and fly. But I haven't seen enough jets coming out, so I'm waiting to see if there are more jets. And the whole point of me bringing up the FMS jet is that they have one color, which they had teased already. I'm hoping, because they're supposed to do the 80 millimeter, that the 80 millimeter comes out in the desert camo color. But we shall see. I'm hoping that that does come to fruition. I think we're probably going to get the table set up so I can show you guys the Alpha Jet. So I'm gonna pull away for a little bit and get the camera set up, and I will be right back. Okay, so we are in the screen here. Let's not going to show a whole lot. I'm just going to see if I can get in there and reprogram this ESC. It looks like I haven't done any of that, so we'll do that here on the screen. Let's get the banner out of there. But that's what we're going to do. I've got the programmer here. I don't have a battery, so I'll have to get a battery. But let me know if y'all can hear me okay. There we go. So I got to get this stuff apart, and then we will get the programming going. All right, there. Okay. So then we'll get the programming going because I've got the program card here. Just need to get a battery. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I know it's going to be quieter than the other mic just because of the way it's orientated, but let me know if y'all can hear me. I have to go get a battery though, so give me a second. I'm going to put the mic down and I'll be right back. All right, so we got the battery there, got the programmer there. I need to clip that little wire there so I can get that working. I'll figure out how to get this thing going, but the plane is cool. It has all these somewhat cool features in there. I guess we'll go over that a little later when I can look around a little bit more. But these are the leads for the ESC. This is for regular, that's for reverse. Now this ESC should also have another lead there for programming, which I plan on getting to right now, so we can use that to program. So let's see here. There's that. I don't know if there's another. No, there's no other. It may not need it. Okay, so I might just need to use the regular program card. Because all I'm seeing right now is this. But this. I don't see anything else. Usually, if it were going to be coming off there, it would have come off already. But so let's see what happens if I connect it to that. Okay, so programmer here, and get the. So I'm gonna have to power it too, I think. How am I gonna do this? I have to get something else to do it. Let's just do it this way for now. See if we can do it. So that goes here, or maybe that goes here. this goes here. Let's see if that works. Let me see. Make sure you get these wires right, because you can fry the ESC. Plug it in and backwards. Okay, so that ain't gonna do it. Plug it. Let's try it the other way. And I might just be able to use the little flat programmer, which is probably the easier way to do it. So we'll try that later. Hopefully that'll do it. But yep, not reading that. So I think it's the other programmer that will work for this. So we're going to go grab that. I will leave the headphones here and be right back. All right, sorry for the delays, but I wasn't prepared. So this is a Hobby Wing ESC, even though it's an Xfly. But this is what has worked on the Xflys. I'm just hoping that it's not, hasn't changed, but we'll see. Checking the chat, I don't see that much going on. I've still got 9 people in here, so thank you to those that are here. So let's plug this thing in, see how this works. There is a BEC, but it uses the signal as well. So plug that in there. This other wire is supposed to be for reverse, which we're not going to use. Oh, it's backwards. Oh, it's not. It's in the right direction. So, we need to figure out a way to do this. I'll grab another ESC. I don't quite know what we're going to do here because I don't have everything I need accessible at my fingertips. So the only other way would be to use a instead of using a programmer, we could use the throttle stick, but I don't have anything that would be capable of doing that at the moment. So I don't know about this ESC. I need to look and see if there's another lead in here, because that's what you use to program when they're on a different lead. So let me put this thing over and see if there's another lead on the inside, the back. I see another lead. And if not, then we'll just leave it at that. But this is going to be this plane. I've flown one of these already. Fly excellent. Oh no, there's okay. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to look and see if there's a way to program this ESC, and I'll do it another time. But let's just take a quick look at this jet for now, since that's pretty much all we can do. I thought we were going to do more. This is a crazy long lead. Now, there's one other thing I could try. So let's try the EC here and signal here. I could try that. Let's see if that works. If not, we're just going to give up. Nope. Not going to work. So I didn't prepare for this. So we're just going to take a quick look over this plane, and then we're going to be done. But I think the most important part of this plane is the fact that everything was so easy to put together. So it was just these two screws per wing to get it assembled. Everything else inside everything was done. All the stuff is applied. I did on one of my live streams. I installed the fan. This is the new updated fan. Then if you want to look there, all you have to do is put those two screws right there, and then that's it. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so right here you have to do that. You put these two screws in there. That's it. That's it. What? 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 screws total. And this thing's ready to go. It was a speed demon with the fan that I had in it. With the original fan, I let Mikey let me fly his plane. And that had the 3280, 2200 kV fan in there, which has proven to be a good fan. It is a little bit of an amp hog, but it still works really well. Pilot there. That's fairly decent for what you get. I got this at Hobby King because they had it briefly on sale, and their sale was better, and they got it here pretty quick. But I think you can still get this through Banana Hobby, which you're not going to get it for $389 like I did. The price is a little more expensive, but the plane is cool. They fly fast. They fly stable. They'll fly even faster and more stable with the fan that I've got in there. We just saw on the inside. Lots of room for battery. Lots of room. So I'm looking forward to getting this going. It's a reasonably small wing for what it is, but it's high wing, so it's going to be stable. And it's going to be fast. It's going to be stable, and it just looks like fun altogether. So I got to get that ESC set up and programmed, which I will do. I'll probably do it with the throttle, and I'll look through the manual once I get back to the computer. But that's it. Didn't do it. I get to do what I wanted to do, but we will do it on another stream. So that is it for now. I will be back to the other screen shortly. So that didn't quite go as planned, but let me know that there's a few more things that I need to figure out. I do want to get that thing ready to fly this week, coming week. So I don't like the defaults on the ESCs, which means I'm going to have to, you know what, I'm going to try to figure that out right now. See if I can get to Xfly. Going to Banana Hobby and see if I can find it through there. I don't know if they use the same ESC. Oh, and they have a red. That's what I'm probably gonna get, the red and blue MiG 17. Anyway, it's Alpha Jets. Alpha. Are they still selling it? I hope they're still selling it. Does Banana Hobby not have that plane anymore? They may not. Doubt. I don't see it on Banana Hobby's site. Maybe that's a discontinued plane. All right, so let's go back to where it says foam jets. No, back to EDF jets and back to discontinued and see what they have here. Yeah, foam jets. Yeah, they have them. They're just discontinued. What the hell? Let's go to show Bobby flying it. Already gone. Why did it get discontinued so quick? But I've got to figure out the currents. No. Yeah, that's a different ESC. Maybe the one from Hobby King is not the same. Oh, there. Anyway, so I need to figure out what the what I need to do with this ESC. If it comes up, they're showing the plane, they're showing the parts, but they're not, I guess they discontinued it there anymore. I don't know what ESC they used. Anyway, I've got to figure that out so I can get the ESC worked out. Yeah, they've got parts, but they don't have the plane. The hell? That's just weird. Okay, anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode with Gooniac. But let's see if you guys are still on there. What we're going to talk about. Still got a few more people on here. I don't know if anybody else does streams on Saturday, but this might be a better day for me. The ESC does work. I've run it up. So I'll have to look. And if that doesn't work, I've got a bunch of ESCs that I can throw in. I have 100 amp ESCs. I was just buying them. People had the ones that they'd taken out of their planes and used Avians instead. So I just bought them from Free Wing, the Hobby Wing from Free Wing. I have a whole bunch of them. So if that doesn't work, I'm just going to rip it out. I don't need reverse. It's a cool little thing to have. I have other ESCs that'll do reverse that I know I can program. So the ESC is working. It's beeping. I didn't have anything upside down or reversed, so I have to see. But AlphaJet looks fun, looks good. Easy to store. I just threw it in the back of my car, no problem. And I could probably fit it in there with two or three other planes. As long as they're insulated, we'll keep them from getting all messed up. So yeah, that's it. And as I said, I'm off for almost 3 weeks. So you're going to see a lot more RC content. Those of you that have been sticking by and taking a look at my shorts, I appreciate it. I'm posting a lot more. It's a good question. Does it? No, it does not. It gives you more headroom for heat, but other than that, no, it does not give it more power. With a bigger ESC, it will keep things cooler. And believe it or not, it's not because of the higher amp draw. It's just the FETs are bigger. The heat will go up more in an ESC just from going partial throttle than when it goes full. A full connection, a direct connection, will not cause nearly as much heat. Even if it's over, it'll still be good. But no, it will give the BEC a little bit more headroom as well, which should be keeping it cooler. But no, besides that, no. So we'll have to see. But thanks to those of you that have come to hang out, and thanks to those of you that have been diehards, stuck to the channel for however long you have. I know that it's been it's it's been a weird ride for me for the last couple of years, but it's been really good at the same time. So these last few months, I've been trying to grow the channel more, and it's been working. So it's been fun. I might have to put the camera out here for a second because my kids are coming back and they'll be coming in through the door. It's right behind me. But and yes, Record More, you are one of them. Thank you. But be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, let people know about the channel. It's not really meant to be here to sell stuff. It's meant to be here to relay information, help people out, help people be as successful as they can in this hobby. That's my main goal. Um, I do sell stuff too. That's not the main goal. If you're a true hobbyist and you really care about this hobby, you just want to keep the hobby going more than selling stuff. That's the way I am. So I don't plan to be like the influencers that are out there just to say stuff is good because they got it for free. I don't work that way. Trick to getting more power. Going about it the right way. Looking at what it is that you want, looking at the way that you fly. That dictates how the plane's going to react to what it is that you plan on doing. With me, the way that I set things up, I look at both electrical efficiency at the throttle settings that I normally use. So for most people, you don't go fly around at full throttle. If you do, you're a battery killer. A lot of people do that. I fly most of the time that I fly a plane, it's going to be set at half throttle. So when I run up my power settings, my fans, or my motors, I look at two things. I look at what kind of power that it is. Okay, so first two settings. Half throttle. I look at what the amp draw and voltage are at half throttle. That's mainly with EDFs, but it works with all planes. But EDFs is where I start. And then I'll go to full throttle and look to see what the amp draw and EDF the amp draw and voltage is, and look at the cell voltage to see if the cells are happy with it. With EDFs and with any plane, you want to keep things at or above the nominal voltage, at or above nominal voltage, which is 3.7 volts per cell. Regardless of how many cells you have, you want the cell voltage to be at or above 3.7 volts per cell. If you're higher, that's great, because that means that the battery is not working too hard. Some of the best setups I've had, some of the fastest setups that I've had, have been in the 3.7 to 3.8 volts per cell range. Some of the slower ones that just don't draw many amps but really are good on battery, those will be in the 3.9 to 4.1 volts per cell. And there are some prop planes and other things that will do that. But then and that's at full throttle, and then they'll go forever. A lot of the E-flite planes with the bigger batteries will do that. So like the Turbo Timber Evo, even under full throttle, that plane I'm still pulling like 3.9 volts per cell at full. It does not drain very much. So if you have a slow plane, especially if it's just an airplane or prop plane, number one, look at what the plane is pulling at full throttle. Look at your voltage and see if you have any room to go up. So if you have that slow plane and you put it on, now remember, prop planes on the ground, they draw more than they do in the air. So you're probably going to gain a little bit of amp draw on the ground and lose some when you get in the air. So if you're on the ground, you run up that plane and you see that it's at or above 3.7 volts per cell, it's going to actually be better in the air. So if you run up that plane, you don't even really need a watt meter reading as much as you need to have. See how the battery reacts. If you see that you've got a plane on the ground that's getting over 3.9 to 4.0 volts per cell, anywhere in that range, 3.9, 3.7 to 4.0, you know that the battery's happy. So that means you've got room to play with. So He's got a 2-meter P40 from Banana. So you got first thing you got to do, find a way to monitor that battery, run it up, and then see if there's any way you could possibly change the prop. Um, a lot of these planes from Banana Hobby and other places, they'll have props that are more about like takeoff pitch, really low pitch, and big, so high thrust but low speed. A lot of times it's just changing that propeller out to something else with more pitch, and then checking out the amp drawings, the readings on the battery, and going from there. So with me, I'll use an example of the. Thank you, Jeff, in Alabama. Merry Christmas to everybody as well. I hope you're still here so you can still listen to me blab. But what you need to do is look and see. You know what? If you have a link to that plane, post it up. But with prop planes, the thing that I do, I look to see if there's any headroom, and I look to see the way that they did their props. So I had the P51 from FMS. It was the red tail, not the red tail, the Snoot Sniper. It has a 540 kV, 540 kV, and it has their own 4-blade scale prop. That 4-blade scale prop was the problem because it didn't have enough pitch, and it was great. Didn't fit, it flew the plane, but it didn't have any power. So I did the zip tie mod. That helped a lot because then on 4S I was able to actually get unlimited vertical, but the battery was still barely being pushed. So with the 6,000 or 6,200 battery that I had, I was able to get 12 to 15 minutes of flight time. So I'm like, okay, that gives me a lot of room. So I actually went up a cell. I went up to 5S, and that gave me more power. Had a little bit more of a voltage drop, just barely, but it was still well within range. And huge difference. It cut my flying time in half, which is fine because it was 15 minutes. So I'm able to go 8 to 10, which is still way more than you need. But it kept me from burning things up. So there's just a couple different ways you can do it. Number one, you have to be sure that the plane can handle the extra speed. Because if it's a lot of those old, and I like what Michael Wright has said, because some of those planes are not meant to go much faster than that. If it's just a regular shaft, you can change the prop. If it's like they do with a lot of these planes and their proprietary propellers, you can't really do much. So the main thing could be you might. So what kind of flight times are you getting on the plane that you got, Rick and Roy? Is it? And I don't even know which plane you're talking about. I wish I did. It could be a changing up your flying style too. So I bet that plane's set up for thrust and not speed. And for a lot of the World War II planes, they are more about scale instead of going through crazy high speeds. So it just depends. Banana 2-meter P40. How old is that though? Do they still sell that, or is that something from a long time ago? If it's Banana Hobby, they are not meant to go fast. They will fly apart. And seeing is this an old 2-meter or new 2-meter? P40. Let me look. Right now I'm seeing smaller. The Blitz RC work? I don't know. Yeah, 2-meter. Okay. Okay. So let me look at the specs on this. So, Wreck and Roy, I'm going to copy this in the screen. Tell me if this is the plane you're talking about. Tell me if that's the plane you're talking about. I think that might be it. Okay, let me look and see if that's it. Well, take a look and tell me if that's the plane, because I can look at the specs and tell you what you need to change to make it work better. A Yeah, that has a shaft. You could probably change that. Or 290 kV. Okay, so that's it. All right. So does it say that is that right that it's 290 kV? And are you using the prop that comes with it? Yeah, flight time's up to 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay, I believe that. And it'll probably fly really well. Let me look at Noon's RC video here. So see if he shows if he shows it flying. I'm not going to listen to. All right, so he's gonna see how it takes off, and then I'll give you some input because I used to do this a lot. I used to take prop planes and figure out how to adjust them to my liking. He's dragging out the takeoff. Left rudder. Let's see. That looks like it's got a fairly decent speed. It's slow. Yeah, it's slow. Okay. So the easiest way for you to up the performance, go up a cell. You just go up one cell because the propeller looks like it's got a decent amount of pitch. May not have much diameter. Might be able to go up a little bigger in diameter. Yeah, and it's a big, bulky plane. Let me look at the prop. Because looking at the prop, it looks pretty small for the size of plane. But you need to do these things, like I told you. Run it up on the ground. See what the battery voltage is at full speed. And then see what the voltage is at full speed, and then at full power. And then if there's headroom, you could change them. Yeah, see the prop's individual though. It's an 18 by 8. Okay, so that's 18 by 8 3-blade. So the first thing you could do is get rid of that setup that they're using and use your own. Get a spinner the same size, and then get a spinner that's the same. Get one that you can attach, and then you start playing with pitch. Pitch is one thing, or you could just go up in diameter and leave the same pitch. But for warbirds, Master Air Screw makes a crap ton of props that are 3-blade, so you could still make it look scale. So do what I said. Figure out what the voltage drop is at full power. Yeah, figure out what the voltage is and when you're on full power on the ground. And then you're going to subtract about 10% of that for when you're flying. So if it's at 3.7 volts per cell on the ground, that's static. You're going to get somewhere up to 3.8, 3.85 in the air. So you've got room. So that's where you start. Then that'll tell you that you can change things. So look at some Master Air Screw props. Look at the right proper spinner that will match with what you've got. And then start playing with pitch and diameter. 7S is by far the easiest way to do it. Just make sure that ESC can handle it. I don't know if that ESC is even capable of going over 6S parts. Let's see. No, it's a Skywalker. They do make a newer Skywalker that can do 7S, but I don't think that one can. So, but the diameter of the prop is pretty small. You could probably even go up just by going up to 19 or 20 and leaving the pitch the same could help, but you've got to check your battery and make sure that you're staying within range of the ESC. If you're staying within the voltage that's supposed to, chances are you're not overamping it. I prefer to do the things that way. You can check the watt. You can check the amp draw too with a watt meter, and you can figure out what it is with the watt meter too, the voltage drop, break them into cells. But still, yeah, I know it's an 80 amp, but it's not rated for higher. So best thing to do, figure out how much this plane actually draws, then start playing with pitch and diameter. It's a three blade prop. It's not going to be the most efficient because they've made it look scale. So just changing to a 3-blade master air screw of the same pitch might help, or just going up to 1610. That would work too. And the pitch is what gives you speed. It's not the diameter. The diameter gives you thrust, but if you want more speed, you've got to go up in pitch because you move more air per revolution. So, yeah. So start there, and then we can talk about it the next time. But I need to get going. I've been on too long, hour and 20 minutes. But thanks to those of you that are here. I'm hoping to find a way to get more people to show up to the show again. I do need to do a thank you show for all the stuff that's happened over the years and start giving some more stuff away because I got a whole bunch of stuff piling up, all brand new that I don't need. So anyway, big scar right there. That is it, guys. Thanks for being here. Wild Bill, thanks for being here. Paul McNeil, Michael Wrightson, Mike SSI, what's up? All you guys that showed up, thanks for being here. And Wreck 'em Roy, you might or might not blow that thing apart, but hey, it'll be fun. Just make sure GB or John takes a video. But I'm gonna head out. I'll leave the chat up for a little bit, but then I will get on out. Merry Christmas to everybody. I might be on before Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. But have a good night, everybody. Adios.